welcome to my channel. I am really excited to be starting this, and I'm really excited to see how this is going to go. Disclaimer: 1, all of the products that I will be using are going to be products that I sell. 2, I am not a makeup guru. I just know a thing or two, and I really wanted to make a channel that was going to focus on people focusing on what they like rather than what they don't like and what they want to hide. So let's get started. As you can see, I already did half my face. One, so that I could see that this was going to be a look that I could live with, and 2, so that the video is going to be shorter. So let me go ahead and show you how I got this. So first off, I'm going to start with a little bit of eyeliner. And with eyeliner, I always like to start in the corner, the tear duct of the eye, right along the eyelashes, but I do dashed lines all the way across. And then when I stop, I don't go all the way down to the corner of my eye, which is like right down here. I actually just go up and I kind of leave it there. I have droopy eyes, so that's important because if I go all the way down to the corner, I'm gonna get a really not good look. I look like a dog, a really sad dog. Okay, so then I'm going to do about a third of the way over from the corner of my eye. And this one I'm not gonna go, ooh, I'm not gonna do that. That's what I'm not gonna do. Whoops. I'm gonna go over, and I'm not gonna go as close to my eye. And I'm just going to, pretty much what I'm doing here is I'm bringing the corner of my eye up. I don't mind droopiness of eyes, but this look is supposed to do that. So I've got this. And that's a little bit darker than I tend to like my eyeliner. So here is how I lighten it up. I put on a cream coat, a very light, usually literally a cream color of cream eyeshadow. And I do that all over my eye and on my eyelashes sometimes. I like that sparkle. That's okay. So a couple of reasons why you use cream eyeshadow or a liquid eyeshadow or any sort of base coat before you put on your powders is 1, it gives you a really nice undertone. 2, it helps hold any other eyeshadows, specifically powder ones, in place. Shedding is the worst thing ever, especially if you've got a really dark eyeshadow on. You are going to get big black eyes if it sheds, and this base coat helps to prevent that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use 3 powder eyeshadows. I'm going to do a Stormy Gray, I'm going to do a Silver, and I'm going to do a Moonstone. So the Stormy Gray, first off, is my accent, but I'm not going to do it in the corner of my eye because that's not a good look for me. I'm going to, starting sort of in the middle of my eye, sort of not, do a frame around the eyeliner I used. And I'm not going to put it on too heavy. And the reason I'm specifically doing that and I'm not starting in the corner of my eye to do an accent is because I have this right here. You kind of see that shadow? That's what my eyes naturally do. And when I try and exaggerate that with a dark accent color, it is not a good thing. It gives me a really bad look. So next I'm going to do the Silver, and I'm going to do that right above my accent color, kind of like in the crease of my eye. So the accent color came about halfway up my eyelid, right about there. And then this kind of base color is going to go right in the crease and then blend with the darker color. And I'm going to go a little bit farther out with this one. Just like if you follow your imaginary brow line and it ends right here, that's about where I want to end. So if this is my eyeliner, I'm drawing up a line here and then I'm seeing where it intersects. And this is like the new end of my eye area that I am creating. Okay, finally, I'm going to do my Moonstone. This is always the most important color for me, is the really light highlight color. Because I need to focus on lightening up my eye area because of my brow line and my nose. They cast a really huge shadow. So I lighten it up and I get good results. Then finally, I'm gonna kind of go down along that really dark shadow line and I'm gonna put it in the corner of my eyes, this highlight color. And what that's gonna do, putting it by the tear ducts, is again, it's just kind of gonna lighten things up a little bit. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is mascara. And this goes on just on the tips for me. I don't like using mascara because again, I shouldn't say again, I play a lot of sports, and when you sweat a lot, which I do, everything that you put on, you're risking is gonna shed and it's gonna create black eyes and it's gonna look awful. So I like to avoid that. And I just do that by using as little makeup as possible whenever I can. The reason I'm using mascara this time is because, for the very same reason of being out in the sun all the time, my eyelashes bleach on the ends. So using that helps lighten them up a little bit. Final step with the eyes is a brow liner. I love brow liners, and if you're like me, you find grooming tedious and you don't want to do very much of it. Now, a good brow liner covers a whole host of evils. So I don't do much to shape my brows. But now you can't really tell that all that much, besides the fact that they're not even. But most people's eyebrows, unless they go to a salon, are not even. And I don't feel the need to be all that different from most people. So as long as I'm just like, hey, I have eyebrows, I can live with everything else. I'm going to make this just a little bit darker here. Good. Okay, so those are the eyes, just like that. Since I didn't put any eyeshadow under, and I still have this wing, it adds the effect of making my eyes look just that little bit bigger, which is really nice. And then I'm actually realizing, looking at, beach gracious, this is my first video. I forgot to put mascara on this side. I'm like, why does that eye look so different? Which again, I'm usually fine with, but putting a little top coat on, yeah, it's a little bit better. A little bit better. And a little bit of touch up. Ooh, that's loud. Not nice. A little bit of touch up right there. Okay, cool. Keeping it real, folks. Okay, so that does the eyes for me, which is always kind of my biggest thing. And then if I'm having a breakout, or if my face is particularly red, because I've got a lot of redness on my face, then I will use a little bit of foundation and primer in the area that I'm having a problem with. I am having a little bit of a breakout. So I'm going to use a little bit of primer and a little bit of foundation to kind of draw attention away from that. I'm not interested in covering it up, because you know what? I'm a human, and humans have acne sometimes, unless you've got good genes. And humans have imperfections, so it's okay. I'm gonna be me. I'm just going to draw attention to the parts of me that I really want to draw attention to. Okay, so after I put that on, you can see it needs a little bit of time to dry to be even with this side, which also has foundation and primer on it. It's just had time to dry. I'm going to do a final step, so I'm going to use a kind of a darker nude to do a base coat. I almost always layer my lipstick, and I make sure that I get it in the corner, and especially defining the bow. My lips. It's not as important to get in the corners when you're using a nude lipstick, but when you're using a really bright lipstick like this coral, it becomes a lot more important. And what the nude does is, one, it's going to help this top layer not wear off, and two, when it does wear off, I'm still going to have the bottom layer that's going to hopefully still be on there, stained with this color a little bit. And it works really well at, how do I put this? it dulls the color a little bit. So it's not like the only thing you see is lips, you know? Not that I have a problem with that. This is not the look I'm going for. So that is the finished look. As you can see, it's not perfectly symmetrical, but it's cute. And that's what matters. And if you have eyes like I do, where maybe they're a little bit deep set in your face, and maybe you know, you've got kind of that natural shadow, sometimes you want to get away from that a little bit and you want to just lighten things up. And so that's what this does. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about anything or comments or concerns, because I'm learning too, let me know. And feel free to hit me up. Thanks.